Another day, another confidence video. Hi guys, my name is Stephania. Welcome to our channel where I share with you and I remind you just how powerful you are within, how you get to stabilize your energy, how your creative energy and how that infinite love that you are as you give it direction within gets to be reflected in your material life. And all my videos revolve around that so you can live the life of your dreams. In today's video, I will talk about how to be the solution. Being the solution despite the challenges, seeming problems, or whatever experience you might be in, how to harness your beautiful energy to be the solution in the present moment so that it will become so. So if for whatever reason right now you feel stuck, you've tried everything, like maybe you've applied to all the jobs, you've tried all the medicine, you studied how to properly communicate, and you've been doing all these things and nothing is working, and you still feel stuck with challenging relationships, with challenging work opportunities, or with challenging financial stagnation, or even health situations, right? I know exactly what you feel like. And I know exactly what you feel like because I too have been stuck in the mental plane. The mental plane creates confusion. If you're confused right now about where to go next, it's because your beautiful human brain can only know memories of the past and only has the information collected by your senses, right? So it's only processing what it already experienced, what it was told by other people, or what your senses are telling it that is happening right now. And while that can be useful for some things, it's not useful for everything. I'm going to suggest that you get out of your mind. Get out of your mental plane, which is only repeating stories of what happened before, which is everything that didn't work out, right? All those things that ended up at a stop wall, we're going to get out of those stories. Yes, they were helpful because they're showing you what you didn't prefer. So whatever those stories were, you're only going to use them to know that didn't feel good, and we're creating something better, something outside of those limitations or those experiences. Let's do something brand new. What would the solution be? What would you prefer the solution to be? What would that feel like? And what would that look like? For example, let's say you don't have a job right now. Sometimes your brain will start attacking, your ego will say, it's because everything sucks, the economy, people, I'm not good at this, I didn't learn enough, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That is one of the layers of consciousness. Let's get out of those layers. Let's go higher than that. What would you prefer? Would you prefer to be in a stable environment with people that support you, with people that cherish your work, that see your value? Now close your eyes and feel what that would feel like in the present moment. What would that feel like? What would you want that to look like? What would be your everyday? In another example, how would you like your relationship with your family be like? Has it always been agitated? Has it always been a little bit mean? Maybe you didn't feel supported. How would a supportive family feel like? So we're going to get out of the paradigms of the past or what's happening right now. What would you prefer? If you can start from scratch, let's erase everything. If you could start from scratch, what would you want it to be like? The only reason the material plane does not react in the way that you prefer it to is because you're still holding on to those emotions and that story. I'm going to come in here with an eraser. I'm going to be the eraser reminder that as you change the story, you change the value you give your art, you change the value you give yourself, you change the value you give your experiences and your intelligence, it will be reflected in your world. In fact, it was always there, but your attention was captivated by something less preferable. So we're going to change that beautiful mind. Not even change. We're just going to choose a different outcome. My art is always highly valuable. My presence is always loved and respected. And my advice is always well received. Another example I want to share with you guys is that you have to think bigger than the thing that's happening right now. Because your ego sometimes, let's say it's a person and they're not agreeing with you and you're just like trying to fight them like cats and dogs. You don't have to get attached to this fight because you can just think about what you actually want. Let's say this person and you are fighting over chicken fries, or you feel disrespected, or like you didn't get what you wanted out of a minuscule thing. What is it that you really want? You know, if you're arguing with a friend or with a family member, what do you really want? Go to the bigger thing. Instead of arguing about the turkey in Thanksgiving, like who cooked it better. Wait, what do you really want? You want a stable, loving family dynamic, right? So you can just be like, well, I'm sure it's going to be delicious. Can you have some faith that as you choose without the micro-controlling, as you choose a better outcome, without telling people what to do, the better outcome can be relayed in your life and be reflected in your life? Instead of the micromanaging of your employees, instead of the micromanaging of your friends, you can just be like, I am intending for a wonderful time. I am intending for a good result in my company, whatever task was at hand, instead of the micromanaging. Because the micromanaging is like, nobody likes that, right? You're like forcing things in the material plane. Can you intend instead for the solution that you want so that things get reorganized from a higher energetic level of consciousness and you get to be at peace and everybody else gets to enjoy that peace with you? Be the solution. What is the solution to the problem at hand? Are you going to choose to distract yourself by fighting the landlord, whether externally or internally, or are you going to choose to live in the most beautiful apartment with the best neighbors, the best neighborhood, in the perfect price point? What do you want? Choose what you want. And maybe that involves moving. Maybe that involves your rent going down. It doesn't really matter. But there's no one to fight. You just have to choose within. Nobody is holding you captive to that reality. But if you create enemies, which is very easy for your ego, your human primitive mind to do, it's going to say, it's their fault I'm not getting what I want. Their fault my prosperity is lower. It's their fault that I don't know enough or I didn't get the job or whatever. Give it to yourself within. Be the solution. Be the solution. What do you prefer? What is the bigger answer? What are you really looking for? Loved, safe, and supported. That's what you are right now. You have always been that. And that is the whole purpose of this channel, to remind you that. And as you rest in the loved, safe, supported, you can give your infinite creative energy freedom to choose your preference. And when you know that as you choose, it will be reflected in your beautiful life, you're going to have the most beautiful dream life of your dreams. But it starts from within. And then your within is the most important component. Everything else is just the aftermath. I love you guys so much. Leave me any comments, questions. I have other links where I have more content for you to feel empowered, to remind you how powerful you are. I also do one-on-one coaching. You don't need it, but if you want the experience with somebody reminding you how freaking powerful you are, here I will be. And I love this stuff. Have an amazing day, life and present moment.